And here we are, chapter 12, which is entitled Down in the Callabad Ravine, and this is the last video in the series. If you want to read the book itself in complete chapters, you can order it online. There's a link in the description below. I awoke. The pain in my head was less, and the spinning was gone, but it was still painful for me to move. I was now much colder. The sun had set, and the moon was above the ravine. A swift breeze swept up sand and dust, causing me to close my eyes and cough painfully. I managed to sit myself up after a brief struggle. So I am to die slowly of thirst or starvation, I thought. Any combination of thirst, heat, or hunger would likely be a form of my undoing. I was wrong. Approaching me was a more imminent threat to my life. The first I perceived of them was a foul stench, like the decay of flesh of a cow carcass. I heard their crude guttural speech and uncouth laughter. Their horrid sight then came into view from round a bend. There was a squad of goblins. They were 13 in number. They had dark green skin and squinty eyes, claws for fingernails, fangs in their mouths, and were adorned in armor. They carried scimitar-like swords. I thought they might not notice me and pass me by. There was fat chance of that. Indeed, one of the goblins, a goblin with blue-stained upper fangs, nearest to the squad's captain, tapped the leader's shoulder. The captain turned around, annoyed, and was about to say something to his subordinate when his subordinate said something I could not understand. I had never learned goblin speech, as I had never been able to acquire a book on the subject. The goblin captain and the blue-fanged goblin sniffed the air, as if trying to smell something. Their gaze quickly turned to where I lay. Triumphant screams that were hard to listen to. The goblins all came swiftly up to the weakened and injured me. The blue-fanged goblin spoke first, and in the common speech. "Well, Captain, what do you think we have here?" "Human scum!" replied the captain. "He'll make a fine meal once we've butchered him." "Butcher me?" I said with a tone of defiance. "It won't be as easy for you as you think. You may try to skin me, but I'll go down fighting." "Brave words for someone so badly injured and all alone," taunted the captain of the goblins. "I'll take as many of you down as possible," I said. "I'd fight you beasts even on my worst day. I'll die a death that will not dishonor my mother." "Enough talk!" shouted the goblin captain. "Time to carve up our meat, boys." The goblin captain, gesturing to them and then to me, sent 2 of his squad towards me, one of them being the goblin with the blue fangs. I rose shakily and quickly to my feet. Fighting through the pain, I pulled the sword that was at my side from its sheath. The blue-fanged goblin was the first to reach me. As the blue-fanged goblin extended a hand, I swung the sword, giving the fiend a good gash on his wrist, sending him howling back. His companion made a lunge for me, received a stab in the gut for his efforts, but his armor protected him from serious harm. "You pathetic worms!" cried the goblin captain. "Must I do everything myself?" The goblin captain rushed forward with his sword drawn. I, though having difficulty standing, quickly parried the blow. The goblin captain made another try, received a slash on his right side from me as I managed to sidestep him shakily. "Don't just stand there, you slugs!" the captain shouted. "Get him! Rush him all at once!" In minutes I was back on the ground, having been subdued. Despite this, it required a goblin at each of my hands and feet to hold me down. The goblin captain now hovered over me with a fierce and angry look. "Into the road for you, human scum! Time to die! It will be nice and slow as I cut you to pieces!" The goblin captain raised his sword with both hands, planning to plunge it into my guts. Suddenly, a tall elvish warrior, wielding a sword, fell from above onto the goblin captain, plunging it through the goblin's chest and crashing him to the ground. It was Elnogad. At the same time, other elf warriors fell on the goblins, holding me down and driving blades into them as they fell. Elnogad spun round, giving a bewildered me a look that was inscrutable. This was the first time I got a good look at him. More elf warriors descended into the ravine to face down the surviving goblins. "Well, hello there, handsome," said the rescuing elf warrior. "Whose darling are you?" While Elnogad's back was turned, 2 goblins rushed him from behind either side. With deft motion, Elnogad drove his sword into the goblin's chest, approaching him from behind his left. Just as swiftly, Elnogad swung the sword around and decapitated the goblin rushing at him from behind his right. I, in my battered state, for a moment felt a stirring in my chest and in my loins on account of this mighty elf warrior before me, before slipping once again into unconsciousness for the second time. Here we are, into the road in terms of videos.